Welcome back to Brews and Books. I'm your host, Camille, and today we are going to do a February wrap-up, as well as you guessed it, maybe you didn't guess it, but we're doing a March book haul. I have a problem, don't we all? So the beer that I have today, it is a raspberry sour IPA. I have definitely tasted this before. I tried it last week and I loved it, and then I filmed a video, this same exact video actually, and had everything, and then it disappeared off of my phone. So here I am, retasting the beer for you guys, as well as refilming the video for you guys. So let's go ahead and pour it. So a sour is definitely what it sounds like. It is a sour, so it is almost like soaking. And I really don't want to describe it like that because, I don't know. It's like soaking sour candy in beer, but way better. Because the idea of soaking sour candy in beer is not appealing. But it's sour beer. It's good. Everyone should try it once. And yeah. And then, of course, your IPA is going to be the more hoppier, more bitter tasting beer. So it definitely has this like, it's a tart as well as kind of like bitter taste. It's really confusing, but it's super good. I love it. Let me tell you where it's from. It is from Drekker, Drekker Brewing, and that is in North Dakota. It's like right on the edge, but I would love to go to this brewery. I just recently saw them post about them coming out with like a Fruity Pebbles beer, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. I never really liked Fruity Pebbles, but it sounds really good. Anyhow, let's go ahead and give it a pour. So this sweet can, I love the artwork on it. It's super, super pretty. And yeah, let's see. So as you can tell, it's definitely kind of like a rosy pink color, so definitely resembling, getting close to raspberry colored. It's got a very tart smell to it, so definitely very good sign when you have a sour is that it smells tart. So cheers, friends. Yum. So let's get up into the February wrap up. So I read 3 books in the month of February. The first book that I read was Beast Made of Night by Tochi Onyebuchi. I really, really enjoyed this. It was my first dive into more of a fantasy type of book, and so this was a really, really easy read. It took me the whole entire month to read it for the most part, but it was super fun. I cannot wait to dive into the second book and see what the main character gets into and how his friends help him. And this was my 4 stars. The next book I have, I do not have it physically. I listened to it on audiobook, super enjoyed it. It is Undead Girl Gang. I don't know the author, and that's so terrible, but I will definitely leave the books that I read for February and authors in the description box. This one I also gave 4 stars. It was really good. I, throughout the whole entire time, was screaming at each of the girls and trying to figure out what the heck was going on. And, you know, I always say when a author can describe a character and describe the things happening very well, and the characters are frustrating, I think, for me, that is a well-written book, because if I can have some type of emotion, some type of intrigue into what I'm reading and into the characters, if I feel like I'm right there with the characters, or at least wanting to reach into the book and snatch someone up, I think that's a very well-written book for me, and it definitely keeps me wanting to read more. So definitely love the book, and I hope to read more by the author. The third book that I read in February, technically I read most of it in February and then finished it up in March. The last book is Lies You Never Told Me. I gave this one a 5 stars and I loved it so much because it just gave such a twist, because I thought it was gonna go one way. And then towards like getting closer to the end of the book, I felt like it wasn't going to be the outcome that I thought it was going to be. So I was like, oh no, I was like, what could it be? And then at the very end of the book, it was actually what I thought it was going to be. So I always think it's great when authors can make you second guess what you think is going to happen. I think that's really good. I enjoyed the characters. I got really frustrated and emotional. I did not like the ending, and that's really good for me not to like the ending, because that just means that the author had a specific reason for the ending, and just because I didn't like it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. The way one of the main characters treated the whole entire situation was super frustrating to me, because I was like, that's not cute. So yeah, it was really good, kept me involved, and so I gave that one a 5 stars. All right, so now that we're done with the February wrap up, let's do the March book haul. I got 7 books. I had 2 graphic novels, 3 mangas, and technically 2 of them are in one, so we'll go with 2 mangas. And then I picked up 3 books. So let's get into this. Oh man, I forgot one of my mangas. Let's start with the graphic novels. I have 2 graphic novels. I've got Motor Crush and Saga, both volume 1s. I have already finished Motor Crush, so I finished that this month. Absolutely loved it. Basically, it's about Dawn. She rides bikes, and by bikes I mean motorcycles. Loved it. It was super fun, so I can't wait to pick up volume 2 and continue on in the series. Saga. So have not dived into this one yet. I've heard very good things about it. I can't wait to start it, and I really look forward to the artwork as well as the characters. So the mangas that I have is Fruits Baskets. Definitely one of my favorite animes. I used to watch it all the time. Super fun story. There's a love triangle. There is a reboot of it that's coming out in April, so I'm super excited to actually read the mangas because I've never read them. My last manga is Claymore. Claymore is probably one of my all-time favorite anime series. I watched it first, and I knew after the first episode, probably after 30 minutes, I was like, I need to have this in my collection. And so it was very hard to find a set of the mangas. And there is a set on Amazon, but it's like hella expensive. So I was like, I'll figure it out. But I can never find it anywhere. Like, I can't find it at Barnes and Nobles. I could barely find them at half-priced books. Until one day I found volume 3 at a half-price books. So I am starting my collection on it. So friends, pals, if you find Claymore at your local half-price books or your local bookstore, please send it to me. I will Venmo you. I will pay whatever cash app you use to deposit funds or to receive funds. I got you. But yeah, so one of my favorites. I look forward to reading it and finish collecting this series. And last but not least, let's get into the actual books that I have in my March book haul. So first book is Thick and Other Essays by Tressie McMillan, Cottom. So as you can tell, I've already started reading this, and so far it's really good. I have enjoyed it so far. I'm still trying to understand what it's about. I could read the synopsis. In these 8 piercing explorations on beauty, medium, money, and more, Tressie McMillan Cottom, award-winning professor and acclaimed author of lower ed, embraces her venerated role as a purveyor of wit, wisdom, and black Twitter snark about all that is right and much that is wrong with this thing we call society. It also fills an important void on those very shelves, a modern Black American feminist voice waxing poetic on self and society, serving up a healthy portion of clever prose and Southern aphorisms, I'm pretty sure that's how it says, pronounced, as she covers everything from Saturday Night Live, LinkedIn, and Barbecue Becky to sexual violence, infant mortality, and Trump rallies. Thick speaks fearlessly to a range of topics and is far more genre-bending than a typical compendium of personal essays. So, it's a very deep read, and I'm very ready to dive in. The next book that I have is The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. So I picked this book up. It's been on my TBR on Goodreads for a while now. So I finally picked it up, and basically it's about clones. And her friend dies, the main character, her friend dies, and the clone is kind of like stepping into her friend's shoes, and it's kind of weird. So she's like trying to figure out what the heckers is going on. So clones, I remember when cloning was a big thing here in like the early 2000s. Okay, maybe not that early, but probably about mid 2000s, close to the end, and everyone was like, cloning, that's strange, please stop. So I'm very excited to read this, as long as it just doesn't get out of hand. But yeah, The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. And last but not least, I have The Bells by Dhonielle Clayton. So this I'm very excited about. I discussed in one of my earlier videos that I was able to sit on a panel with Dhonielle and Glory Edom and listen to them talk about well-read Black girls, because Dhonielle and Glory, of course, have stories in there that they've written and contributed to. So it was really great to read that. And I definitely wanted to support Dhonielle on her novel as well. So I picked it up, and I'm super excited because the main character, for one, her name is Camilla. And hello, my name is Camille. So like, why wouldn't I pick it up? And as well, it's about debutantes, and I always wanted to be a debutante. I just couldn't for other reasons, but I'm super excited. It's set in New Orleans, and I can't wait to dive in. Yes. So that, my friends, is my February wrap-up as well as my March book haul. I look forward to hearing you guys' thoughts on what I've got and what I picked up. Definitely let me know down below what you're reading right now and what you look forward to reading this month. But yeah, so thank you guys for coming and joining me. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. So if you like seeing videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh no, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. But cheers to beer, cheers to books. Bye, friends.